Good morning. This is day 3, and it is 12:42, so we're off to a little later start today. Much needed rest after yesterday's physically and emotional roller coaster. Something I'm not always mindful of, or actually I am, that emotional things that happen in your head definitely need time to recoup. So we took the extra time. The plan today is no plan. We're going to take it slow. Let God lead the way. I'm going to do my best and let him do the rest. Body check. My wrist is still bothering me, so I'm sending strength to it. I did move my watch up a little bit more on my wrist. See if that'll help a little bit. As far as the rest of my body, it's pretty good. My hip dysplasia is a little flared up, and that's expected because I ran yesterday. And I hadn't ran a couple days before that, but the more I run, I know that that discomfort will lessen. Some things, what else? I'm grateful for so many things. What I will speak to today is I'm just grateful for my support that's here with me right now, and my support back at home in Beacon. As yesterday happened, and I was able to reach out to, as everybody's my brother and sister, I was able to reach out to my actual sister who helped me get through it. I also reached out to other Beacon Knights that helped me to put in perspective my humanness and to be kind to myself like I'm kind to others. So I'm grateful for my family, friends, and just everybody that was able to help me yesterday get started. Grateful to the mechanic at Las Vegas Cyclery, Hadlin, I believe his name was, but he was a doctor with the bike. Totally grateful that we are able to be back here at day 3 to get started. So what I'm looking to release today, I gotta be honest, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get some clarity on the bike, but my main focus is to just be here in the moment. No plan, no expectation, other than to do my best and to stay present and allow God to do whatever plan he has in store. Downloading that thy will be done. His way, not mine. So, love you. Remember you're loved and you deserve respect. We all do. Take care. All right, so we just passed the Hoover Dam, coming into Arizona. Your girl is shook a little bit. I'm shook a lot of it. This downhill is by far one of the scariest downhills I've ever experienced. I'm still going downhill, and my brother told me or asked me to capture as much as possible. So here I am, going downhill, trying to capture, and man, oh man, praise God. Thank you, Lord. Whew, welcome to Arizona. Here we are. All right, you guys, until later.
Back, everybody. Hi, Tara. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I just didn't want to be rude. So for folks that are just joining us, or if you've just started watching these videos over the last few days here, I did want to do a little PSA for you all. If you haven't heard of Tara's mission or what Tara is doing, feel free to check out This is Beacon podcast. She is on episode 6, all the way back in the day when she did her first mission episode, and the first mission was 100 miles running. And episode 14, when she biked from Niagara Falls back to Beacon, episode 61, and then lastly, episode 81. So you have 4 episodes to go back and check in with Tara. But for this session, this recording, we're just trying to just touch base with her. She's out there on the mission. So we're going to focus on just capturing her thoughts, her reflections, how her journey is going. So with that, day 3.
3 days.
Tara, tell us. Yeah, I literally did the 3 and I was like, has it been 3 days?
I'm feeling the same way today. Like, what is today?
Yeah. So tell us a bit. What did you actually accomplish today? How many miles did you cover?
So I was able to cover just a smidge over 70 miles today. Just biking, no running today. Mainly because the road that I'm on, it's not the friendliest road right now. So I just didn't think it was smart to run. So I do believe I could have got a 5K in today after the bike. But it just didn't seem safe. And it also was getting warm. So I want to be mindful of, I think heat stroke is a thing. So trying to stay away from
It
that.
is real.
Yeah.
And when you say a bit dangerous, give us a little bit more. Is it just highway right now?
So we're on Route 93 right now, and it's a 2-lane highway. And for the most part, mommy's driving behind me. And if the shoulder's wide enough, she's like literally behind me, not really in a lane to bother anybody. And, but when there's not a shoulder, she has her hazards on. She's in the lane. So people know that they're not going to know that it's me up there, but knows, caution, slow down. So like a truck with a trailer came so close to me, like literally they went, past mommy and then got really close to me. So just a little uneasy.
Mm-hmm. And for those of us who are not bikers, right? What is the experience of like? I mean, we probably all remember or are familiar to it being like when you're in the car and a tractor trailer comes by and you feel that little pull. You're feeling the same as you're on the bike.
Absolutely, because they're going anywhere between 65 and 75 miles per hour, and many of them are big trucks or pulling trailers. So sometimes I'll pull with it. Just when they get close, it's startling. And sometimes mommy honks the horn because she can tell they're not slowing down or even or going to the other lane or whatever, whatnot. And sometimes I get rattled and I realize it's mommy honking.
You're like somebody's beeping at me. Oh my gosh! And I'm like, oh, it's her.
When we were biking, people honk at him. We would just wave like they're his friend, and he
Yeah.
they're just like probably annoyed with him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So tell me about the temperature too, right? We know that it's hot. We know that heat stroke is definitely something top of concern, making sure that you're hydrated and all that stuff. How warm is it while you're out there? Because you're going at night just to like give yourself some relief, but it's still pretty warm.
So the thing is that the weather fluctuates, not extreme like in China, but I watched a documentary and certain areas really go like 20 to 30.
I was like, what's she meant to China?
Preparing for this, we were watching some races, and one of the marathons was like through the desert, and they were talking about how it would drop like 20 or even more degrees. Anywho, last night it was really warm when we started. It was 91 degrees. And then at some point it had dropped down to like 77, but by the time I had ended, it was somewhere around 90 again, 93 or so. So definitely the weather is changing throughout the night.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll send you good energy for the temperatures to cool as you move ahead, and get yourself further and further out of the desert.
Yes.
Area there.
Much appreciated.
And then
I appreciate him talk. And I'm going to receive all of that. I'm working on receiving. So not a natural thing for me.
Yeah. And then, and then another brass tacks thing just for folks, you are still working through just changing your sleeping patterns and stuff like that. So give us an idea of like your day, how, if you're going at night, what time are you trying to get yourself ready? And
yeah, well, after yesterday's emotional debacle or battle, we listened to our body and we didn't get up and get started at 12. So we got started a little bit later. So we got started maybe 1 o'clock-ish, somewhere around there. I should probably know. 12:57 is when I started. And I rode until about 7 o'clock-ish. And then we find a hotel. find something to eat. We beg so we can get in the hotel early. We checked in probably a little before 9 today. And we fuel, shower, and then try to sleep. And I've been sleeping somewhere around 4 hours, like straight, shifts. I've been trying to sleep longer, but then I wake up for a little bit. I get to chat with you, get to check in with you, and then I'll try to sleep again. But again, that broken sleep, I'm trying to, get something more, a longer. I would like to sleep anywhere between 6 to 8 hours, which I'm used to, even though I normally get up early because I've been trying to get ready for this. So I normally work out at 3:30 in the morning back at home, which is 12:30 here, but I usually get my block of sleep, so that adjustment, I'm working on it.
Yeah. And also too, I'm just thinking of the amount of work your body is exuding. Is that a word? Putting out there. Guys, I'm tired. But with that, is there like other recovery things that you have to do, right? Like how many miles are you up to now total?
I just had it. I think it's around 204.
You're well over.
I'm about at 204 right now.
Yeah. So that coupled with, limited sleep. I think just the fact that you're getting up and being able to do such incredible mileage on that limited sleep and adjustment thing, it's incredible. It's incredible because I have to tell you, I've done less. Let's just leave it at that. And even this morning, it was a tough one to get up. I really wanted to catch even more Z's than I already did. And I won't tell you how many, because I don't want to flex on you.
No, that's all right. You can sleep for me. My neighbor Grace says she's been resting for me. So then I'll receive.
Okay, good. All right. So I caught some extra Z's for you this morning for sure. And so how did today go in general? You seem like, one, we haven't spoken. So you seem like you're in great spirits. Like you feel that, or is this just my perception?
No, cause I started off today, instead of wanting to release something or have it, I was just like, God, use me and let's see what it'll be. After the past 2 days, not being as smooth as I would, have liked it to be. Today felt much smoother than those 2 days. Would I have liked to have gotten more miles today? Absolutely. But I'm more than pleased with what I was able to do today, especially I actually went down to the Hoover Dam, which was a big drop. And usually downhill is a little relaxing. And this was I couldn't wait to climb because it was very, very, very nerve-wracking is not even the word to explain the experience. I'm shocked I still have brakes on my bike, where I was actually looking forward to climbing. That's how scary the downhill was. And it was just pitch black. I couldn't see. And there are signs again, these signs crosswinds, be careful. So I'm trying to stay low in the saddle because I don't know how it's going to pull me or what, I can't see. And I really don't know what I'm riding into. So, I forgot the original question because I went back to being so scared.
What I find so interesting about that is, just yesterday you were like, I was just looking up and I just had to keep climbing and climbing and how the going up was the challenge. And I'm sure you yesterday was begging for a downhill and then you got exactly what you asked for, but you're like, oh no, never mind. Just thinking about the analogy, we keep saying that this journey, your journey, and when I think about your program, Flip It, right? It is all about that grace, that space, that be here now, not to look too far out and not to be too far in your rear view, but to just be here and have that oneness with yourself. And it sounds like maybe it was those first few days were that training ground to remind you to stay true, to stay centered.
No, absolutely. And what I was going to say, because as soon as you were talking about it, it was the confidence that I could really receive in this because of that climb the day before. It wasn't like, oh, look at this uphill. When I saw the uphill, I was like, I got this. Like I had, I was reading in the Bible in the message area where it says, you don't want self-confidence. That's useless. What you want is some God confidence because, it surpasses your imagination, your thinking, and it's faithful. We're human. We're going to whatever, So it was like, I see what you did there. Like, I see what you did. Even like today, talking about where we're going next with the guy that checked us in because he knows the area. And he was like explaining the elevation. And me and LaShawn looked at each other like, oh, we got this. Like anything under 550 feet of elevation is like, we got this, So definitely, like you said, over the past couple of days, I'm definitely building confidence and just being in the moment in that whole and both, like as much as you think you just want a downhill, because sometimes even I've experienced downhill with headwind where the downhill was a lot of work as well. So it's not always what you think it is, but to be here, be now, and trust nothing just happens.
I have to say, like, my heart is singing right now because I think, like, in each one of your journeys, right, like each one of your missions that you've done, you've found these points where you've had to break through, and it's always paid off. And while it wasn't in the plan for that to come so early, I see it now, and it's in perfect order, right? Because now you have that Godfidence in whatever is ahead for you, particularly when it comes to the terrain that you're in right now, which, as a sister, I'm like, okay, I could calm myself now. And I did check your morning shout out, thanking everybody who's been watching and been along the way here. I'm going to try not to feel offended as you call everybody your brother and your sister.
But I called you first.
I'm going to try.
Mommy's coming back from
I'm going to try.
Laundry, so that's the noise that you're going to hear in the background a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So is there anything that you'd like to, we're going to go through your 3 questions that we've identified. Is there anything that you'd like to say to folks before we get into that?
Anything I want to say, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for the support. Like I said in the morning thing, the support that I have, that I can call many people, no matter what the time is, and they are right there to speak into me the things that I feel like I speak so naturally and frequently to others, which I find really hard to speak for myself. And just don't make me cry. I'm absolutely grateful. Whether I'm calling family or I'm calling high school friends, just truly grateful. Or neighbors. I talked to my neighbor today, like I said. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I almost want to just leave it on that. I mean, you said you're learning, right? So we've identified your lesson learned, the Godfidence, right? Mm-hmm. And the Godfidence is also the joy that you've experienced.
And the other thing I will mention, we did get pulled over by the cops on the freeway. On the freeway. Shout
out to Sue in the back.
And LaShawn in the back, but she's hidden. So the police officers that, pulled us over, they were full support with us. They even gave us, a safer route that I think was actually better than the plan I had, which I was like, wow, that really worked out even better. So just trusting and not being like, oh, I want to go this road. Like just totally just being and trusting. And we were all like, whew, this is so good. So they were really helpful and supportive. So I just want to say that I'm definitely grateful for that interaction that we had with them today.
Lovely. I mean, it takes a village, right? And you're expressing that, right? Like it's the little nuggets that you're getting along the way. It's the comments, it's the likes. I'm getting messages. So, one, just thank you for what you're doing because you're bringing light into this world. It's, it's a positive. I feel like what you're doing is allowing me to have great conversations with people and, even carrying the message forward, not only of what you're doing, but when they ask like, why is she doing that? It's like, oh, and then it opens up a whole other dialogue around human rights and why it's so important for each of us to know them, understand them, model them, and, just opening up that dialogue in a safe space. It doesn't have to be something formal. It doesn't have to be something so, heavy, right? It can be something as little as, isn't that amazing that she's doing that? Yeah, I support that. That's amazing, right? Like, you're bringing light into this world each and every day for what you're doing by showcasing your strength right now.
Yeah, and I think both of us share on the same wavelength of like, were we absent when they taught this? So just bringing to life a documentation that has been here since, what was it, 1948, many of us are not aware. So it's just bringing life to something that's there. And for us to, look out for ourselves, but really to, we can be strong individually, but we're so much stronger together. So it's encouraging that sisterhood, that brothership, that we can extend outside of our actual brothers and sisters.
Ooh, I see what you did there. Well, all right. I will get out of your hair. Thank you for spending time with us, a short amount of time with us. And we will be back here tomorrow for day 4.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Bye, guys.
All right. Love you. Bye.